Do you really not want these? Because I'm just going to put them in the donate thing then.
See, I don't think I have that one.
Take what you want, but eat what you take.
All right, I'll take them all.
Okay.
I don't think I have any of them.
All right.
I might have downloaded one or two.
All right.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of the Son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father. Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father. What are you going to do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we warned you.
Go for it.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah, we're live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yep.
You've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute.
By minute, by minute, by minute.
I'm Bill
No!
Evenson.
Oh, we're going to wake up screaming.
Ah!
And I'm Thom Lang. You join us for minute 85 of 1939's Son of Frankenstein.
Dang.
85. And we're still going.
Yep, we're not giving
We
up
got
on
15, 16 weeks left, maybe.
Unlike our listeners, we're not
We're not
giving
giving
up on
up.
this.
Yeah. We continue on the shot of the mob as the police try to push them back.
I should get my notes, huh?
Yeah, I don't
We're going
know.
to talk about this?
You could wing it if you want.
I'll wing it.
I'll throw these
If you
away.
got a lot of notes here, let's wing it.
I'll throw these away. You kind of maybe sort of possibly see Ward Bond in the upper right corner.
Okay, I should have
briefly.
looked. I meant to look and I didn't.
Yeah, it's so quick. It's so
Yeah.
small in the frame.
You know what? I do see it. He's the guy who's cutting Orson Welles' tie off in
Oh,
in
sure.
Spago.
Yeah.
Or I don't know where they were. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody else probably does, but go ahead.
Well, that's Orson Welles claimed. Well, Orson Welles was a child prodigy, and he carried that with him for the first 20-some years of his life. So when he showed up in Hollywood after the War of the Worlds radio broadcast and was given a carte blanche to do whatever he wanted, he interpreted Hollywood as reacting poorly to that. And he claims that, was it Chasen's, maybe?
Yeah.
That Ward Bond
Yeah.
cut his tie off and they had were going to have a fight, but it didn't turn into a fight or something. But Orson Welles, his biography is irrelevant. He can just tell a story.
Let's just tell stories.
If you were backstage at Merv Griffin and say, hey, Orson, tell him you fucked Boris Karloff once, he would go, all right, and he'd tell the story and you'd believe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was a raconteur, that's
There
for
you go,
sure.
a raconteur.
Hey, didn't we have a...
Hey, didn't we have...
We had a comment where somebody called us...
Maybe that was it. All right, I'll look for that.
Yeah,
That'll be gripping as I look for it.
Yeah. I'll go use the bathroom while you're doing that.
Yeah, our listeners have been clamoring for more.
More.
Oh no, they're all out of order now.
Oh my God, it's chaos.
It's all gone to hell. You got one under your... Yeah, don't lose one.
This is from before.
Should we start? Let's start over.
No,
You've
we're
been
good.
warned.
No, we're good. Meanwhile, Fritz helps remove Krog's cloak in the foyer of Frankenstein.
Yep. Fritz has got prominent placement here.
He's dead center of the frame there.
He's like, he must have been thrilled to see how much he was in this movie, based on, compared to how much effort he put in.
What, you're saying his performance is less than stellar?
I'm saying I'm saying
Well,
I could have done a better job,
he's-
and I wasn't born for another 30 years.
He's fine when he doesn't deliver dialogue.
See how that turns out.
Yeah, all right. Where is everybody?
He's wearing like lederhosen though.
He is. Well, he has been throughout.
He has, but that makes him like part of the. He's like a prop. He's
Yeah,
part of the set.
part of the
in that sense.
background,
So you're
yeah.
right. When he doesn't speak, he's great.
Yeah. Where is everybody?
Which is great. I'm sorry. I know you keep starting to talk and I keep
No,
interrupting.
I'm
But
just
I
gonna
love
sit back
this
and let you
because
steer this one.
I love this because that's where the movie's at this point. Like
where
we've got to
is-
reset.
yeah.
Where the
Where
fuck
the
is it?
fuck is everybody?
Oh, okay. If you remember right, when Peter went to get chocolate, Elsa's in there with him. Or wait, no, Amelia's with Peter.
Yeah. Previously on Son of Frankenstein.
It's that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where is everybody? And it's almost like, did you ever see the movie The Godfather?
I have seen the movie The Godfather.
There's a scene, there are multiple scenes where people talk on the phone. And in the commentary track, Coppola will tell you, he says, I tell young filmmakers, always have scenes where people are talking on the phone. Because you might find out later that something doesn't make any sense, and you might need them to fill in the details.
Sure.
And Roland V. Lee's advice to young filmmakers, always have somebody go, where is everybody? What's going on? And then the back of the head of the guy explaining it. Elsa's over here.
Yeah. Well, you just film them nodding their head, and then you just dub in
all the details.
Yep.
It doesn't even matter if there's another person in the scene.
Nope.
It's just an off-screen voice.
Yep. Apparently. we were talking about movie and TV pet peeves. Is the over-the-shoulder shot where they're talking, but their lips aren't even close to what they're saying. That bothers me too.
So the lips of the person who you can't see their face? Or they don't look like they're talking. Yeah. Does that happen a lot on TV?
Oh yeah, it happens all the fucking time.
Really?
Drives
I guess
me
I need
crazy.
to become more accustomed to it.
You need to become more film savvy.
I guess. I feel like I became aware of ADR at some point in my life, and it wasn't a good day.
No,
I haven't been as happy
it's never
since.
been a good. No, I discovered that Captain Kangaroo wasn't in a real barn, and that from that day forward, I was jaded. And I was 3 or 4.
A Canadian friend of mine posted something on Facebook recently about. This is really off topic.
Hey, we've been
mentioned
doing this
Captain
all
Kangaroo.
goddamn day. So
you mentioned Captain Kangaroo, so I'll mention my favorite show from when I was a little toddler. A friend of mine posted, he's Canadian, and he posted on Facebook about the show Romper Room.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently he considers it something that was made in Canada or whatever. And
each area had their own.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
All right, well then,
yeah.
Okay, thank you for interrupting me before I got stupider.
No.
But
I think here it was out of Chicago.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Because I don't think we had our own.
So it was but it was probably a North American thing generally?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't know it went into Canada, but okay.
And were you Tommy or were you Tom?
I was Tommy when I was
little.
Billy.
Yeah. And so they'd always say my name.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd always say your name.
Mine would come up, yeah.
And, I know so many people who were like, she never said
Cheryl
my fucking name.
Cheryl said they never said her name.
Cheryl, yeah.
Dawn said she rarely heard hers.
The guy that posted this, his name's Graham. So, yeah.
Never, ever. Yeah.
Never going there.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well.
Did she ever say Igor?
That would be great.
And I see Frankenstein.
And Fritz and Igor.
Fritz.
See Victor and Henry.
Yep.
That'd have been
We're going to do our own little romper room.
Stomper room.
That's what we'll do if we run out of time. If we have to fill space.
We have to vamp to the end. Yeah.
Not run out of time. Whatever the opposite of run out of time is.
Baron's in the library. The rest are at dinner.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Is that how things are here? Like when everyone's at dinner, are you somewhere else?
I'm down here.
You're fucking around somewhere?
Just sitting down here jerking off.
Absolutely. I would expect no less.
Yeah.
But it is odd.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not odd, but it's just what we do.
It's a little odd. And I think it's odd for that to be happening right now. The marital bonds are a very strong thing, but they must be tended to. Do you not agree?
I agree completely.
And I think it's odd for everyone to go to dinner
except
Wolf. But
well, he's pouting first of all,
he was desperately trying to reassure her
that everything's fine.
Last week, probably.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Go to dinner. I got shit to do. But see now, he's skipping dinner to play darts. He's gonna go play darts in the library. Is he in I got it. He's in a dart league. This is the way he's gonna ingratiate himself.
Yeah, he's joining the Frankenstein dart league.
The Frankenstein dart league.
Yeah. Krog had to send to Bandelheim? Yeah.
Bandelheim.
For additional police. No real Bandelheim as far as I could tell.
You couldn't find that word anywhere other than references to Son of Frankenstein.
Exactly. Every reference I found was to this very line.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my notes don't really work anymore because now I've learned things since I wrote my notes. But I was saying, is that why he was called away? But you're saying he was
called away to be
makes perfect sense that he was
informed
called
of
away to be informed of Langs. But he also, he doesn't just do one thing. So while he was called away, he also sent to Bandelheim.
That makes sense.
That's kind of an interesting thing. Things are really out of control.
Oh, they clearly are off the rails.
Yeah, things are off the rails.
Yeah.
And
For,
is there a way
for Krog and for Wolf? The only one the only one who's sitting pretty is Igor. He's got everything he ever wanted.
That's right. It's time to kick back.
He won.
Yep, he does things for me. He did them all. He did all the
things for me.
Yep, he's the big winner. I don't see how anything could possibly go wrong.
Oh, everything's coming up Igor.
Actually, at this point, he does have that option. If he were to decide to just walk away, things would be worse for Wolf. They would only get worse for him. He's got a perfect alibi.
He could just disappear and...
He played the blute, and everybody heard him playing the blute, and so he's innocent.
He couldn't possibly be guilty.
You can't murder someone with a blute.
No, well, I don't know. I've never played a blute.
No, I'm not a blute player.
No.
I'm not a bloutist.
Blutist? Bloutist. Krantz is to report to Sergeant Schiller at the lower gate.
Made myself laugh. That's always a bad sign.
Yeah, it's
sorry. Who? Krantz? What?
Krantz is
he's
told to report to Sergeant Schiller at the lower gate.
Yeah, good old Sergeant Schiller.
Because the crowd is getting unmanageable.
You know that scene where Fritz comes in and he says, "I don't want to work there anymore," and there's a guy in the background reading the paper. That's Schiller.
Yeah,
I've decided that's Schiller.
No, that's one of the council members.
Well, it can't be, is it? Well, yeah,
I
suppose.
In that scene, it is.
In that scene, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So why are they meeting in the council? Let's do that minute over.
I don't know, because
I assume that's also the police station.
I would think it's all.
It looks like a guy at a police station.
Yeah, it's all in the same building.
So that's Sergeant Schiller.
Oh, sure, why not? Krantz,
he looks like he looks like the old guy on Benny Hill or the old guy.
Yeah. Well, I think I even said that.
Did you?
When we did that minute.
Yeah, that's Sergeant Schiller. Okay. He's going to come straighten things out.
His head, yeah. Krantz salutes and exits very stiffly apparently has a rod up his ass or something.
Well, at least he's not skipping.
He's not skipping out.
Yeah,
but
he's not prancing.
He does look like he's got a steel rod up his ass.
What does he say?
Krantz?
Yeah.
I didn't write it down.
Here's what he says. Air Inspector. What's interesting about that, you might say it's more American, like hair inspector. It's funny, the other day I was trying to figure out what he said in a scene, and I thought he said, "Hey, Inspector." Yeah. I'm guessing that's probably what he said. I wasn't trying to be an idiot, believe it or not.
But it just dawned on you.
It's probably what he said.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And when I wrote it in my notes, I wrote HAIR, Inspector, because that is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it does.
And maybe that's what he does.
That's how most people here pronounce that as hair.
That's true.
Because there's a Bugs Bunny cartoon, hair meets air.
Do you remember when guys used to wear shirts that said that they were a breast inspector, or what was it?
Yeah.
He's like that. He's a hair inspector. So he's creepy.
I don't want to know what hair he has to inspect.
Oh, no. Do the curtains match the...
I don't want to know.
Call Krantz.
I don't want to know.
He'll prance in here and take care of this for us.
So Krantz exits and Wolf... God, why do I keep doing that?
Because it's midnight. We've been up all night.
Up all night doing this. Krantz exits and Krog heads towards the library. And Fritz looks like he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah,
he's like looking around like...
once again...
Well, wait a minute. Am I supposed to...
Yeah, I see it now that you pointed out.
Am I supposed to do something here?
Yeah.
Say cut. Cut.
Remember when he was in Touch of Evil and he had to deliver the one line in the opening shot when they came around to the thing? He's like that guy. Yeah. That Wells came to him and said, just say anything. It doesn't matter. And we'll dub it in later. That's what needed to happen here. Yeah. Just walk away. Just walk into the wall. Who fucking cares? Yeah. Just stop. When I don't look at the camera until I say cut. Yeah. I wonder how I've never made a movie or a TV show, and you have.
I have.
Do you have to tell people don't look at the camera until I say cut?
Yeah, sometimes. If somebody's inexperienced or... Yeah. Here's the thing, like when we did Horror Incorporated, we broke the fourth wall constantly.
I suppose that's true. Well, was there even a fourth wall? You're a presenter in a...
Well, see, that was the thing, is that sometimes there was, sometimes there wasn't.
Oh, I see.
So I could see where it could get confusing. Because, there'd be little stories that we would do.
Sure, that makes sense.
But it also was as presenting a show to an audience.
Right.
So frequently, the first year we did it, frequently the crew that we had provided by the station would...
Yikes.
Oh my God, you killed somebody.
It was Frankenstein.
You killed Peter Boyle as Frankenstein.
I actually knocked over a Frankenstein.
Oh, that's a Karloff Frankenstein.
It was very delicate. and then he's fine.
Okay. They would shoot
Leave
off,
all this in.
Yes, they would shoot off the edge of the set, and I like no.
What now? The camera
crew would shoot off the set. Like no. You see, the wall ends here. There's stuff there. Please don't shoot off the set.
This isn't Bride of Frankenstein or James Whale where we go through the wall.
Yeah, and so okay, so they didn't, and then one episode I wanted them to. Well, you told me never to.
Never
to do that.
Make up your mind.
Like, this is an exception. Yeah, This is for a joke.
Right.
Even when we did with our own people, there were times where it was difficult to get ideas across that you are to turn to the camera and say something.
Yes.
Or don't say that to the camera or whatever.
It's got to be just amazing. Because you were the director.
Yeah, de facto.
De facto director.
Yeah.
I mean, you were the writer and the star.
Yeah.
And the director.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, fine. I'll take that burden.
You know, I'm a fan of the Beatles anthology.
I've heard that.
And there's a part where they're talking about the movie Help. And that's also the point where they're talking about how much they were smoking just tons of marijuana.
Oh, I can only imagine.
And George Harrison says it's very difficult when you've got 4 people in a scene and people have to say things in order one after another. And then they show a shot from Help when they're in Buckingham Palace. And it's not a particularly good scene, but every Beatle says something. Then it's just like, God, yeah, he said they were doing it for days.
Oh, I bet.
I can't imagine what it's like to just corral people like that. And so when you've got somebody like Fritz, I brought it back.
Thank you.
What's his name again? You knew it.
Perry Ivans.
Perry Ivans. You just hope he just doesn't fucking die on screen. That's all you're hoping for.
Well, and I keep referring to the way this film was shot, and I think that's part of it. Is he probably wasn't told what to do.
Yeah. I have other things to worry about. I have to worry about where to... Yeah, I guess... What would you have to worry about? I suppose every day, it's like, I just got to get this shot done. Because we're way behind and over budget.
The impression I get...
this fucking kid.
The impression I get is that Lee didn't care. Kept
really?
shooting way past they'd give it okay, be done by this date. Nope. Okay, well, try to be done by Christmas. Nope. Oh, try to be done by New Year. Nope.
And so when you hear that, when I hear that, I don't hear anything that says someone doesn't care.
It's irresponsible.
So just Terry Gilliam doesn't care. Because that's the story of all his movies, isn't it?
No, I don't think he does. He just
I see. So when you say doesn't care, you mean doesn't care about the money.
Yeah.
But it's care about... he's serving the film.
Well, sure he is.
I have to assume Terry Gilliam, when he's making a film, cares about the film 22 hours a day.
I would say 27 hours.
27 hours. Yeah, but so there you go. So that's what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean...
With Lee? Well, that's good then. Great. Yeah. That's why this movie's so great.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree that... I forgot the point I was trying to
make. Well, he doesn't care, and so...
you've read the production background and the notes from the person...
On set.
It's like, we don't know what's happening. We don't know when this is going to end. We don't know where we are because there's no script. So I can't tell you if we're on time or in budget. I have no idea.
So you hear that story, and the takeaway for you is that you take the side of the producer's guy that's sitting on set and assume that's probably how it went down. Again, I still think it's... Yeah, that's great. Don't tell the guy you don't have a script, then you can do whatever you want, and they can't tell if you're behind. Right? It's a good ploy.
It is a good play, but it's not a good ploy if you want to work again. This guy goes way over budget every time. I mean, look at how many films has Gilliam tried to get off the ground and can't because he can't get financing because he's a loose cannon. And I love Terry Gilliam, so...
See, that's such an interesting topic to me because Terry Gilliam has produced the work. I have it. Yeah. I can watch it whenever I want.
Exactly.
If he can't get a job, that doesn't really have much to do with me. I don't really care. If nobody will hire him because he's an obnoxious and awful person to work
of course, it's not anything to do with you. You're not a producer putting money up for a film,
right?
So I don't know where this.
I don't know.
I don't know where this was going.
I'm looking at it as. I'm more willing to side with Lee and with Gilliam and say give the director the leeway.
Yeah, okay. I've been in the position of having to control the money.
Well, I haven't, and why would you want to do that?
You wouldn't. It's an awful thing to do, and not on a film set or TV. I didn't do that, but other projects like big expensive projects, and
some artist thinks he knows what to do.
Some twerp is fucking it up, and and I got to bear the brunt from the the front office of why did this go so long and cost so much. So I could see both sides of it.
Well, I think what's great is the more we talk about this film, the closer we get to boiling down what our positions are, because we don't come to this film, I think no surprise to anybody, we don't come to it from the same perspective. Thank you. My perspective is I love this movie, it's great, and I think it was a little bit over the top. They spent too much money, but it's on screen, and your position is, maybe they could have spent less money.
No, I just think they could have.
I love putting you on your back foot because I love this movie. It's great.
Yeah, I know you do. I think they could have spent a little more time up front. Like, okay, we don't like this script. Well, then let's get one we like. Don't just start shooting off the top of your head. It's just a terrible, terrible way to make a movie.
Well, Perry Ivans might agree.
Usually it doesn't work out. I mean, it works well enough here, but there are many, many artifacts of that that pop up frequently.
Right. Yeah, and Gilliam is one of those guys.
Well, but I think he's got a cohesive vision in his head, whereas I'm not sure Lee always did.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess it's a different style of thing because I've never heard Gilliam started shooting without a script. I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think so either. But I think he's.
If anything, I think he's the co-writer of all the scripts.
He's co-writer.
He's that guy.
And they're storyboarded ahead of time. So Universal.
You don't think this was? Well, I guess there was some.
There was some designs and things. Yeah, I don't.
So that was his focus.
But I mean, he's very. The scripts are very detailed. I read his Gilliam scripts and seeing his storyboards and such. So Universal gets a film called Brazil that is exactly the film he said he would make, and they refuse to release it because they don't like it. Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah,
that was his argument. It's like, I made the film I said I was going to make.
Yeah,
exactly the film you put the money up for. Yeah. Why is it a problem now?
I guess.
But he's worked with them several times since without any problem. So.
I guess if I suddenly decided to start, like, say we're on minute 85 of Son of Frankenstein, and we've agreed beforehand what the podcast is and what the format is, if I suddenly started talking about minute 22 of Seven Samurai, that might be annoying.
A little bit.
I wonder how many episodes we could get into it before she was like, you haven't seen this film, have you? Well, anyway.
I have seen Seven Samurai.
But it is...
so anyway, that...
Perry Ivans is bad enough to be distracted.
Yes.
So my argument only goes so far.
He looks like he's just completely lost.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
He can't. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Krog knocks on the library door and we get the silliest shot in film history.
It's
a shot in the library and it's like that's when somebody said cut or action rather, because springs to his feet and throws a dart at the board, completely unmotivated. And I don't know if he's trying motivated. He's trying to look like he's been playing darts all along.
Right.
But it looks so ridiculous, and I've seen it with an audience, and I've seen it with other people. It always. It's funnier than the dart game with Gene Wilder and Kenneth Mars.
Yeah. Actually. In this case, though, just so I'm clear on what I think is happening, and I think this is what you said, but I don't know if there's any ambiguity. It isn't like Basil Rathbone suddenly decided to do this. This was supposed to be the case.
Yes.
He's clearly acting. It's supposed to be Wolf.
It's supposed to happen.
What's frustrating is there's no reason to explain why Wolf would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just suddenly freaks out at the knock of a door and jumps out of his chair to pretend to play darts.
Yeah.
And what makes it even funnier to me is preparing for this. I know it's coming because it's really easy to see it coming because Lionel Atwill walks into the back and you watch him knock on the door and then you see it happen, is to picture what it was like on set, because actually that set probably isn't anywhere. It could be nowhere near that other set.
Building altogether.
Atwill is literally standing off camera waiting for his cue.
Yeah.
And then he's waiting for Basil Rathbone to leap out of his chair and go, come in, and start throwing darts.
Yeah.
And that must have just been fucking hilarious.
I can't imagine.
Because
it's just hilarious madness to watch it. So yeah,
and this would maybe, I suppose, be another example of not being really well explained why he would behave that way, or explained at all.
Well, you had that quote from Josephine Hutchinson about we'd get the pages right before we would shoot it.
Yeah.
And go off in the corner, learn our lines quickly, and I think there's a lot of that happening where they weren't really told exactly. It wasn't rehearsed. A lot of it it looks like it's the first time they're doing it. And I know Lee thought that gave it spontaneity, but oftentimes it gives it an awkward quality. And here's a case in point.
Yes, I agree. I got nothing except, is there some way we can explain it? So say you were down here masturbating and suddenly Dawn knocked on the door and you jumped up. That's true.
The doors are glass, so it would be... I'd really have to be into it.
And you're facing the door.
Yeah.
So you suddenly jump up. But
and if I was doing that and jumped up, it would probably not be good for anybody.
Exactly. Or it might turn out great.
You never know.
But the other thing is, what is he doing? Brooding?
I think he is.
I think
the way he's sitting there.
Yes.
Slumped over in the chair on a hassock or something.
I guess the last time we saw him,
he was forced
skulking away.
He was forced to after almost being choked to death.
He had this confrontation with Igor, which is,
and it totally did not go the way he wanted it.
It's very similar to the last one he had with Igor.
Which was very similar to the one before that.
Except in this case, there was a finality, I feel, to it. Although I guess the next one has even more finality.
We'll see.
But so that's what drove him to say. So so let's here's how it went down. He skulked away, came back to the castle, and Elsa said,
"Hey, it's dinner time.
Dear, it's dinner time. Yes, would you like to sit and have dinner with me and Peter and I don't know." Amelia? I guess not. It's just me and Peter. He said, no.
Play darts.
I'm going to play darts. Yeah, and so then he's pretending to play darts. I guess actually that does make sense. He's like, no, I'd much rather... That doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Maybe he's weighing his options and like, well, fuck, this totally went off the rails.
Yes.
What am I going to do?
And I will say, the next action he takes with regards to that situation is dramatically different than anything he's done before. True. So he is coming up with a plan. He must be coming up with a plan.
Plotting his next move.
He's plotting his next move. And then someone knocks on the door. I wasn't plotting my next move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I'd see you sooner. And he tries.
Which is weird too.
I don't.
Just because he's always coming in and out.
I guess. Sorry, I've been busy. Busy indeed. My job is usually rather a sleepy one.
That's nice. I wish my job was a sleepy one.
Yeah, me too.
This podcast is a little sleepy, I guess.
Well, now it is because we've been doing it for 6 hours. But have a drink?
I'm sorry, I just checked the clock because I wanted to see how much you were exaggerating by. Less than I thought.
5 hours, right?
I think we're at 5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, God. Have a drink? Thank you, no. Afraid I shall require all the wits I've got tonight.
So last time he said he didn't want a drink, he did get a drink. So they have a history here of sort of politely sharing a drink and sharing their...
Well, yeah, because it was the first scene between the two of them.
Yeah.
Which in and of itself got confrontational, but in a very different way.
Well, and then he had the drink.
He did have the drink.
Yeah. But not in this case.
Yeah. Yeah, Wolf has thrown the darts at the board. Now he's pulling him off.
Right, yes.
And the shot is mirrored in Young Frankenstein, I think. This a shot of Gene Wilder pulling the darts off the dartboard. That's the mirror image of this. Flipped left to right.
We'll have to look for that in 7 years.
Yes. I've never seen you disturbed before, Inspector.
I like that. I like that shot, actually, and I like the way he says it. The inspector is still a big problem for him, but he may actually have bigger problems. Although it's the same problem.
Well, it's the same problem. But it's just different layers of problem.
I guess it isn't quite the same problem. He's engaged in a criminal enterprise with a couple of dudes, Frankenstein and Igor, who have gone completely off the rails.
Yeah.
He thought they had a good thing going. That's not quite the same as the police investigating what you've already done.
But he's an accomplice now.
Oh yes, absolutely, and that's the Krog side. But the Igor and Frankenstein side is an ongoing problem.
They're not going to go away that easily.
Yeah, it isn't just that they've murdered people, because then he could just kill them. He could crush them with rocks.
Yeah.
But he's got Krog is the least of his worries at this point.
Probably. You've even forgot to take off your hat. And I guess that used to be a thing. Men taking their hats off as sort of a sign of respect. I remember as a kid being told, "Oh, don't wear your hat inside. It's rude."
Yeah, that's gone.
That's completely gone.
That's completely gone. You got
slack jaws wearing their ball caps all day.
I don't know. Yeah, well, you say slack jaws. I mean, you don't see me doing it, but I see tons of people.
Oh, everybody does.
I don't know. I guess I know most people don't. Most of the people I know don't do it. But I'll get up in the morning and take a shower and put on 2 or 3 shirts shorts and go to work, and some asshole's just got a ball cap on. I thought, why did you bother? Yeah. But then I go into work so infrequently. Have you been to Two Dope Chick?
Yeah, I haven't been there yet. I
went the other
Did you?
day.
Is it good?
I don't know. I had macaroni and cheese.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
It was very greasy, but I like greasy food.
Yeah, hey, who doesn't?
Yeah.
No, I walked by yesterday leaving, and they had just made somebody a hamburger, and it smelled really good.
Yeah, it does smell good in there.
Yeah.
And they're nice to you. Of course, they're trying to get your business.
Yeah.
So, Thom and I work like a block apart, not even a full block apart from each other.
There's a tunnel connecting the two buildings.
There's a tunnel connecting the two buildings, and I am at work so infrequently that I don't bother to say, hey, let's go have lunch, because I'm there once every 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant right there.
Well, it had been a restaurant before. It closed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And they did try to make a comeback, and I talked to the guy who ran it, and I said, has it been worth it? He's like, yeah, no, this is it. We're wrapping her up. And they closed for good, and now there's a new...
And it looks exactly the same.
Oh, sure. They did do... I saw them redoing some tile. They did redo the lights. Because I walk by it twice a day.
Yep.
To and from. And
why? Where do you walk? Why do you walk by
I park
there?
in the government center ramp. So we walk through the government center and then down through the tunnel to City Hall.
So you walk right by... You walk very close to my desk.
Do I?
Yeah, I'm right across from... Doesn't matter.
Okay.
The macaroni and cheese. Excellent.
I'll try that. She's a big connoisseur of macaroni
and cheese? All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's greasy. She likes it greasy.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, then.
All right. Not forgotten, Herr Baron. Merely a matter of form.
Yeah, I like this part. It's kind of a cool thing that they
This is actually pretty cool, because Wolf has his eyes on Krog, but he's throwing the darts. And he's better throwing the darts not looking at them than I am really trying hard.
Yeah, his second dart is a bullseye.
It is, yeah. Granted, he's like 3 feet away from the board.
Yeah, he might be able to reach out and do it.
Yeah. But still, I was impressed that he's just...
Absolutely.
He's looking at Atwill throwing the darts.
It's hard not to notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, it's rather a crude custom, I know. Is it? I don't know. I wouldn't say crude.
Oh, he says, my business tonight is official, not social. Rather a crude custom, I know. Or I agree, but... Yeah, I don't know.
So he's referring to the custom of
keeping his hat on,
not
and
having a drink.
He's there in official capacity. Yeah, I don't know that it's that crude.
I'm having a hard time associating the word crude. It's the opposite of crude to me. It's classy. I don't know.
He's doing what he's supposed to.
Like crude would be walking in and just knocking him out.
Yeah.
Clock him in the back of the head.
Sucker punch him.
Why not? I mean, this is the cops. Let's not forget.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's not sugarcoat this. He's doing a pretty classy job. Well, and more than classy. And he stands at attention.
Speaking of his throwing the darts, they get more forceful each time.
Yeah.
First one is just kind of casual, and they just get more and more. He's getting more and more agitated because he realizes what Krog is up to.
Yeah.
And as Krog says, I'm here. He refuses the drink. I think that unsettles him slightly. Didn't take your hat off. Come on, take your hat off. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Let's have some fun. Well, I hadn't thought about it from that.
I think he's just trying to disarm Krog by being nonchalant and, we're just playing darts. We're just fucking around. Come on.
It's like he's taking the thing we talked about the guilty person trying to ingratiate themselves with the cops to a new level because he's losing control of everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything is unraveling faster than he can grab it.
And then he goes to throw the last dart and the minute ends. Mm-hmm. And so when I was preparing for this, every time that happened, I always pictured him throwing it right into Krog's good eye. Because it looks like he could.
Yeah, well, he's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dartboard and Krog are all about 3 feet apart, equidistant from each other.
Yeah. Now, I was going to say, I don't know if this will work. Okay. And I would hope that if it doesn't, that you would, just delete this conversation from here. But I did think it's something Son of Frankenstein related.
Okay.
And it's not a Got Any Questions Wise Ass, so maybe this just doesn't work. And I'm not going to be able to find it. So it suddenly occurs to me it's going to take me far too long.
Keep me in suspense?
And I'm going to keep you in suspense. Somebody posted on the Son of Frankenstein board that they just noticed that it's that 2 of the characters in this film are called Peter and the Wolf. And I'm trying to find some way. Yes, this will be our contest.
Okay.
How is Son of Frankenstein like Peter and the Wolf? I can't. This is the nightmare. My worst nightmare has come true.
Okay.
But we made it, man.
We made
it to 85. I don't know.
Whatever. I'm going to wet my pants here.
Okay, all right. Let's get out of here.